He didn't look like much. He was just a regular bloke. Except there was something different about him, something special. Because he knew God. I mean, he really knew God. And more than that, he claimed to be God. And wherever he went, he brought hope and life. The sick were healed. The blind received their sight. The legs of paraplegics became strong again. And even the dead were raised. And he said that he was the light of the world. And it was true, because wherever he went, he brought light into the darkness. But then, on that fateful Friday, the Friday we call good, his light was brutally snuffed out. It was the end. Except it wasn't, because 2 days later, something amazing happened, something that changed the world forever. The women who'd been closest to him went to the tomb at the crack of dawn, carrying the spices they were going to use to anoint his cold and lifeless body. And it was the very last thing that they could do to show their love for him. But when they got there, they had the shock of their lives. The stone, which had been blocking the entrance to the tomb, had been rolled away. And when they went in to find Jesus' body, it wasn't there. And while they were trying to work out what the heck was going on, suddenly 2 men appeared in dazzling clothes, angels. And the women, terrified, bowed down to the ground. "Why are you looking for the living among the dead?" one of the angels said. "He's not here. He's risen, just as he said he would." And they remembered what Jesus had said. And all of a sudden, the light of hope was rekindled in their hearts. They'd thought that Jesus' light had been snuffed out forever as his cold, blooded and lifeless body was taken down from the cross. But no. You see, death could not hold him. In rising from the dead physically, Jesus obliterated the power of death and opened up the way to eternal life for anybody who will turn to him. And what looked like defeat was actually the gateway to victory. Death had been defeated. The resurrection proved that darkness does not and will not win. But let me ask you a question. When you look at the world around you, does it ever feel as though darkness is getting the upper hand? Does it sometimes feel like all hope is lost? It does for me sometimes. It might feel that way, but it's not true, because Jesus is alive. His light is still shining, and there's nothing that the powers of darkness in the world can do to snuff it out. No matter how dark things may seem, Jesus' light will always break through in the end. And he's promised that one day he'll return to get rid of all darkness forever. So today, as we celebrate Jesus' resurrection from the dead, the greatest victory the world has ever known, why don't you allow the light of Christ to flood your life right now? Right in this moment, allow him to reveal to your heart the hope and the joy that he brings, which are yours for eternity, so that his light might shine brightly in you for the whole world to see.